everyone, my name is Viranya Panyogit and I live in Chiang Mai, Thailand. Today I'm going to talk about the current problematic issue in Thailand regarding the Thai educational system during the COVID-19 pandemic. As you all know, nowadays many schools or universities have to be closed due to the government policy in order to control the spread of COVID-19 pandemic. Many students have to be out of school and study online from their own houses almost a whole year or perhaps coming year. It is unpredictable. And yes, there are many consequences comes after the COVID-19 pandemic, so that the Thai government must take a quick action to solve the problem as quickly as possible. The most obvious problem is the educational inequality in Thai society. The gap between the haves and have-nots extend into the educational system. The students from the wealthy families may not encounter much because they have the e-learning tools to support and the educational material provided by their families. They are considered as the have, but in contrast with the have-not. The have-not, they are not so lucky like this. Many Thai students do not have their own laptop, their own mobile phone, and even the internet to access. I read the news about one student texts to her teacher, "Teacher, I will be absent tomorrow class because my mom's had to pawn the mobile phone." I feel sad when reading this. The parent, underprivileged students have to go to work to support their children and families. In the COVID-19 disruption, some families get paid lower than normal and some get eliminated. For the others who have their own business, decided to close their business and some go bankrupt. This family neither have the time to fulfill in as their children's temporary teacher, nor the financial resource to afford. The longer the COVID-19 pandemic lasts, the wider the educational inequality will become in Thailand, and it needs to be resolved. Other problems is reinforcing of teaching practice. We need to accept that things may not turn to normal as soon as we hope and planned. In terms of educational system, the government or the policy makers need to consider how to make a remote learning when in-person instruction may not be possible and be effective. And unfortunately, Thailand is unprepared to deliver e-learning effectively at scale at first. Only few teachers have received training on using technology for remote or online teaching. And many students, especially in rural areas, are lack of the technology necessary to enable an access to e-learning. If teachers had neither training nor experience in leading online classrooms, then they would tend to fall back on outdated or one-way teaching practice. For example, a lesson may consist of an hour-long lecture that offers students little to no opportunity to engage actively with the materials. You cannot simply hand a teacher a laptop and say, teach chemistry. We have to understand that COVID-19 changed the way teachers deliver lessons. Access student learning, health tracking students, and so on. This type of learning is not only is also ineffective, and to put it simply, we need to rethink how we could support our teachers. Since education is fundamental to develop people, so that the equal access to education is an important problem. Thai government needs to pay attention to and solve the disparity in education. There is a significant difference between the economic variables and the disparities in education in Thailand. Even though there is a new campaign that the Ministry of Education offers 2,000 baht per student for financial assistance during the COVID-19 pandemic, and has the policy to discount the tuition fee for students in both private and public institutions. Besides, the government has many campaigns offering money to people during the COVID-19 crisis. Many people have to wake up in the early morning and fight for the poor registration to get the money. Sometimes I really think that all of these offerings can really help people exactly. And my answer is yes, it can help people, but not really. It only helps just for a short period, and I think it is just a temporary solution. In other words, it's a fake solution. I don't like this. I'm the one who experienced in this problem. I'm studying in the master degree, almost done for one semester, and of course I have to study in front of my laptop in the weekend. Every morning and afternoon, I have not met my instructor and my classmate face by face. I have to work with my classmate through online platform, and of course I haven't met my buddy to do a pair work together before. Only I can do is video calling and discussing with her via Zoom platform, and I don't want to complain about this problem because it is out of control situation, but what I want to complain is when the problem occurs, to solve the problem direct to the point is a thing that the government needs to emphasize and consider as soon as possible. The Ministry of Education and Ministry of Digital Economy and Society should cover it and view the problems as a whole and try to solve the problem together, such as providing the free high-speed internet, not the free low-speed internet. Providing the educational tools and materials for students and teachers by allowing them to access the modern tools and software, or creating the applications, contents, and instructional media according to their needs. To adjust the curriculum for Thai students to develop other crucial skills such as the critical thinking skill, the technology management skill, and innovation development skills can suit the situation nowadays and in the future. Thai government will need to act fast and boldly to minimize the damage to students and the fallout of the COVID-19 that will reach far into the future. To take the bold step, Thai government needs to support teachers by providing them the training, learning materials, and technology necessary to deliver 21st century education effectively. Teachers themselves will need to become students to adapt to the new paradigm of brain learning. COVID-19 is a tragedy on many levels, and we cannot afford to allow today's nightmare to cause us to lose hope. Instead, let's use the current situation as an opportunity to reimage Thai education so that Thai students can lead the nation to a better future. If we think about the positive view, to study online can reduce the limitation of distance problem. It can create a chance for students who live in the rural areas or outside the city to access the learning courses instructed by foreign teachers or native speakers easier. And undoubtedly, COVID-19 pandemic is a public health crisis, and governments should listen to doctors and public health experts and take the actions necessary to protect Thai citizens. In my opinion, the most failure of Thai government is the slow import and management of vaccination. Most students have not vaccinated yet, so how schools or universities open? The vaccine doses and types of vaccine need to be served according to the need of Thai citizens. And also, it needs to be at no cost, even though many Thai people pay their own money for the vaccines they need. And what are your thoughts on how to drive educational forward in the time of COVID-19 pandemic? Let's share this.